একটা
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses 5th Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok, says India has actively engaged East Asia as part of its Act East policy, announces $1 billion line of credit for the development of Russia's Far East region. PM Modi holds talks with leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia, raises issue of Zakir Naik's extradition to India with Malaysian Prime Minister. Russian President Putin says he cannot imagine an effective international organization that operates without India, extends invitation to G8 partners to come to Russia to restore the G8. Supreme Court dismisses former Union Minister P. Chidambaram's plea challenging Delhi High Court verdict, denying him anticipatory bail in INX media case lodged by Enforcement Directorate. In Aircel Max's cases filed by CBI and ED, Delhi Court grants anticipatory bail to P. Chidambaram and his son Karthi Chidambaram. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addresses 8th Seoul Defence Dialogue in South Korea, says as no country is bereft of the menace of terrorism, world community should put pressure on countries supporting terror. President Ramnath Kovind presents National Teachers Awards on Teachers' Day. Felicitating the award winners, President says teachers are largely responsible for building the moral character of young minds. Values like honesty, discipline and integrity are instilled in young minds by the teacher. And government grants institution of eminence status to 7 public and 7 private universities. IIT Madras, BHU, Varanasi top among public universities, while Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Vellore Institute of Technology gets top position in private sector. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma and our top story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the plenary session at the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok today. He is the first Indian Prime Minister to participate in this event. Prime Minister Modi said that India is a proud and active participant in the various activities of the Eastern Economic Forum. This participation, he said, has come from top levels of government and industry in India. PM Modi made a landmark announcement extending a line of credit to Vladivostok that will further India's cooperation with regions of friendly nations.
एनर्जी से लेकर के हेल्थ, एजुकेशन से लेकर के स्किल डेवलपमेंट, माइनिंग से लेकर के टिम्बर, अनेक क्षेत्रों में करीब 50 बिजनेस एग्रीमेंट हुए हैं। इनसे कई बिलियन डॉलर्स के व्यापार के निवेश की अपेक्षा है। फार ईस्ट के विकास में और योगदान देने के लिए भारत $1 बिलियन की लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट देगा। यह पहला मौका है कि हम किसी देश के क्षेत्र विशेष को लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट दे रहे हैं। मेरी सरकार की एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी ने ईस्ट एशिया को एक्टिवली एंगेज किया है और आज की यह घोषणा एक्ट फॉर ईस्ट का टेक ऑफ पॉइंट साबित होगी और ये मेरा पक्का विश्वास है। यह कदम हमारी इकोनॉमिक डिप्लोमेसी में भी एक नया आयाम जोड़ रहा है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi backed the need to move towards a new era of peace and progress in the Indo-Pacific region. He said that Vladivostok is the springboard for India to access Northeast Asia. The opening of a direct ship route from Vladivostok to Chennai will further deepen India-Russia ties.
इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन में सहयोग का नया दौर हम शुरू करने वाले हैं। व्लादिवोस्तोक और चेन्नई के बीच जब शिप चलने लगेंगे, जब व्लादिवोस्तोक नॉर्थ ईस्ट एशिया के मार्केट में भारत का स्प्रिंग बोर्ड बनेगा, तब भारत रूस की साझेदारी और गहरी होगी और फलेगी और फूलेगी। तब फार ईस्ट एक और यूरेशियन यूनियन और दूसरी ओर ओपन, फ्री और इंक्लूसिव इंडो पैसिफिक का संगम बनेगा। इस क्षेत्र में हमारे संबंधों का मजबूत आधार होगा रूल बेस्ड ऑर्डर, सॉवरेनिटी और टेरिटोरियल इंटीग्रिटी के लिए सम्मान और अंदरूनी मामलों में दखल से परहेज।
Prime Minister Modi appreciated the vision of President Putin for the welfare of Russia's Far East. He spoke of the convergence of President Putin's vision and India's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas journey of inclusive development. PM Modi emphasized India's commitment to become a $5 trillion economy.
भारत में भी हम सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास के मंत्र के साथ एक नए भारत के निर्माण में जुटे हैं। 2024 तक भारत को $5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाने के संकल्प को सिद्ध करने में जुटे हैं। तेजी से बढ़ते भारत और उसकी प्रतिभा की इस रीजन से भागीदारी एक और एक 11 बनाने का ऐतिहासिक मौका है।
And replying to a question on US sanctions impacting trade ties, especially in oil between India and Russia, the Prime Minister said that a debate is on the global impact of sanctions imposed on any one country. He said that the fact that the inking of close to a dozen pacts, of which 4 are in the energy sector, go to show that these sanctions are not a deterrent to mutual trade.
भारत का ऑयल एंड गैस के क्षेत्र में इन्वेस्टमेंट है। रशिया की कंपनियों का भी खास करके टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर, डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, एनर्जी के क्षेत्र में अभी अभी इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ है। तो हम दोनों देशों के बीच में ऐसी कोई रुकावटें नहीं है। मैं समझता हूं कि जो जिस देश के लिए सैंक्शन लगते हैं उस पर इसका कितना प्रभाव होता है वो एक बात है, लेकिन उसके कारण दुनिया के अन्य देशों पर जो प्रभाव होता है, विश्व की ओवरऑल इकोनॉमी जो प्रभाव होता है, उस पर आज विश्व में गहरी चिंता भी है, चर्चा भी है।
And host President Putin, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other leaders participated in an extensive question and answer session. Responding to a question on the re-entry of Russia into the G8, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe expressed his support for the proposition. President Putin extended an invitation to G8 partners to come to Russia to restore the G8. Remember, after the recently concluded G7 summit, President Donald Trump expressed his support to reinstate Russia into the G7, and French President Emmanuel Macron agreed with him. Russia was suspended from the G8 in 2014 after the annexation of Crimea.
To resolve global issues, an important role should be played by Russia's influence, Russian creative influence. Therefore, I raised this issue of the possible return of Russia to this format. So if you're invited, will you go there, Mr. President? Where? G8. I think the next G8 summit is take place in the United States. We'll be happy and glad to welcome them in Russia if they wish to come. We were not the one to postpone this summit. Our partners postponed it. So if you want to restore G8, please come and do it. But I think that everyone understands today, and President Macron has said recently in public that the Western leadership is over. I cannot imagine an efficient international organization that works without India and without China. Mr. Modi, if such invitation is heard to extend G7 to include Russia, India and China up to G10, will you go to such G10 summit?
ये बात सही है कि हम सिद्धांतः मल्टीपोलर वर्ल्ड के पक्षकार हैं और समान विचार के, समान शक्ति के, समान प्रतिनिधित्व के लोग अलग अलग फोरम में इकट्ठे आते हैं और वैश्विक समस्याओं की चर्चा करते हैं, तो हर फोरम का महत्व का है। मुझे इस बार G7 समिट में ऑब्जर्वर के रूप में जाने का अवसर मिला था और हमने एक ऑब्जर्वर के नाते जो भूमिका अदा करनी थी वो अवश्य की है, लेकिन ये सवाल G7 के फोरम से मेरे पास आया होता कि आप जुड़ना चाहते हैं कि नहीं चाहते हैं, तब तो जवाब देना उचित होता।
And in reply to another question, President Vladimir Putin underlined India as a key partner in areas of interest for the Russian Far East, such as shipbuilding, as well as traditional areas of cooperation such as space.
We're very much interested in engagement of that type, including the Zvezda shipyard. We visited it just yesterday with Prime Minister Modi. Of course, we'll be constructing the most advanced high tonnage vessels, and there will be all type of services that are suitable for working on the shelf in the Arctic zone, and in particular for transportation of LNG and oil products, any type of cargoes and freight. And yesterday we discussed it with the Prime Minister that we'll be searching for opportunities of joint work. Probably there might be some specific vessels that be constructed here. It is an international cooperation that is flourishing in this way. So some of the vessels could be built in Russia, while some of them might be completed at the shipping yards in India. We already have joint projects with India in the space area. We actively collaborate on that with our colleagues from People's Republic of China. We have good cooperation with the European Space Agency, and we hope that in the future it would develop even further. We work with the United States as well. We are doing quite a lot of launches in the interest of our partners and also in the interests of the United States. And those launches are planned to be shifted to the Vostochny space launch facility. So I do not see any single area that could be closed for cooperation with our foreign partners.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi held 3 bilateral meetings with world leaders on day 2 of his Russia visit. The Prime Minister met leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia and discussed issues of mutual interest. We tell you more in this report.
Day 2 of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Russia visit saw a series of bilaterals with global leaders. During the meetings, the Prime Minister held talks on issues of bilateral, regional and international issues. Prime Minister Modi met his Japanese counterpart Shinzo Abe. The meeting came after the two Prime Ministers interacted at the G20 summit in Osaka and G7 summit in Biarritz. PM Modi and PM Abe conveyed birthday greetings to each other.
आपने मुझे जन्मदिन की बधाई दी, मैं भी आपको जन्मदिन की बधाई देता हूं, क्योंकि हम दोनों सितंबर में जन्म लिए हुए लोग और आगे चल करके हमारे संकल्पों को पूरा करने के लिए दृढ़ निश्चय के साथ साथ मिलकर के आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं.
The two leaders held in-depth discussions on a wide range of subjects, particularly bettering trade and cultural relations between India and Japan. They also exchanged views on deepening multifaceted ties in economic, defense and security, startup and 5G areas.
The first 2+2 ministerial meeting, that is the foreign and defense ministers of the two countries, will have a meeting preferably before this annual summit. And in that context, Prime Minister Abe also mentioned the ongoing visit or the just concluded visit of Raksha Mantri to Japan. And he remarked that during the visit of Raksha Mantri to Japan, substantial issues had been discussed on taking forward our exchanges and cooperation in the field of defense. And he hoped that some of the discussions would lead to outcomes during the annual summit.
Prime Minister Modi also held discussions with his counterpart of a key ASEAN partner nation, Malaysia. The discussions focused on the multiple layers of India-Malaysian bilateral relationship. PM Modi explained to the Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad the rationale behind New Delhi's decision on Jammu and Kashmir. During the talks, Malaysia condemned all forms of terrorism. During the meeting, India also raised the issue of extradition of Zakir Naik, wanted in India for alleged terror activities.
जहाँ तक जाकिर नाइक की बात है, जी हाँ, प्रधानमंत्री ने इस बात को उठाई है और हम दोनों पक्ष ने ये तय किया है कि हमारे अधिकारी इस पे संपर्क बनाए रखेंगे.
The third bilateral of the day was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with Mongolian President Khaltmagin Batulga. The two leaders reviewed the full range of bilateral ties and deliberated on ways to enhance cooperation. Apart from discussing development partnership and other areas of bilateral cooperation, the two sides discussed the line of credit.
Mongolian president is slated to come on a state visit to India, in fact later this month. In that context, a number of outcomes were discussed, a number of projects on which there is ongoing work, particularly the assistance we are giving in building a major oil refinery to meet Mongolia's energy needs through a line of credit was discussed.
Prime Minister's meetings with the leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia on the sidelines of Eastern Economic Forum not only focused on ways to further strengthen ties with these nations, but also exploring new areas of cooperation in the Far East region. With Sudhakar Das, Mark Lynn's report, DD News, Vladivostok.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi today visited the India Business Pavilion at the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. The Prime Minister also inaugurated Indo-Russian Innovation Bridge. The lounge will serve as a platform to demonstrate investment opportunities in the Far East, promote Indian investments in the region and attract Russian investors to the growing economy of India. India has the status of a guest country at the EEF 2019. An agreement was previously reached during a business delegation's visit to Vladivostok to triple trade turnover between the two countries and increase it to $30 billion by 2025. The key to achieving this goal is to identify new opportunities to increase trade, which in particular will be facilitated by the India Lounge.
ईस्टर्न एरिया ये बिल्कुल छोटी हुई है, नई है, बिल्कुल. हमें आज करीब 37 साल से यहाँ रह रहा हूँ रशिया में. मैं पहली बार इधर आ रहा हूँ, तो एक बहुत बड़ा बूस्ट होने जा रहा है.
There is a sea route transportation is available. So from North Sea, it will be possible to take coal from eastern region to India.
यहाँ से हम कुछ ले भी जा सकते हैं. हमारा एक्सपीरियंस जो प्राइवेट हेल्थ केयर के अंदर है वो भी यहाँ पे नहीं है. हमने ये जर्नी पिछले 20-30 साल में बहुत लंबी जर्नी तय कर ली है. इनको भी तय करनी है. ये अभी 5% पे खड़े हुए हैं, हम 60% पे खड़े हुए हैं. इसकी यात्रा बहुत लंबी होगी. इनको हमारी ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, हमको इनकी ज़रूरत पड़ेगी.
And Rouse Avenue Court back home, that is, Rouse Avenue Court today sent Congress leader and former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram to judicial custody till September 19th in the case probed by the CBI, that is the INX media case. Chidambaram was produced before a Delhi court after expiry of his 2-day CBI custody in the case. Earlier in the day, the Supreme Court on Thursday, that is today, refused to grant him pre-arrest bail in the INX media money laundering case lodged by the ED. The top court dismissed Chidambaram's plea challenging the Delhi High Court verdict, denying him anticipatory bail in the case, saying an economic offence has to be dealt with differently as it affects the economy of the country. A bench of Justices R. Bhanumathi and A.S. Bopanna said it is not a fit case to grant anticipatory bail. Grant of anticipatory bail to Chidambaram at this stage will hamper the investigation, it said. The investigation agency has to be given sufficient freedom to conduct the probe into the case, the apex court added. It also rejected Chidambaram's application for direction to the ED to produce transcripts of his questioning conducted by the agency on 3 dates. The apex court, however, said Chidambaram can approach the court concerned for grant of regular bail in the case. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh delivered the keynote address at the plenary session of the 8th Seoul Defence Dialogue in Seoul in the Republic of Korea. Speaking at the event, Raksha Mantri said that today no country is bereft of the menace of terror. He said that the world community should put pressure on countries supporting terrorism.
सामने आने वाले सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स में से सबसे बड़ा थ्रेट टेररिज्म है. हमें समझना चाहिए कि आज दुनिया का कोई भी देश टेररिज्म से सुरक्षित नहीं है. भारत ग्लोबल लेवल पर यूएन और अन्य इंटरनेशनल फोरम्स के साथ साथ बाइलेटरल और रीजनल फोरम पर भी काउंटर टेररिज्म कोऑपरेशन हेतु काफ़ी सक्रिय है। हम कलेक्टिव एक्शन के माध्यम से ही टेरर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और उनके नेटवर्क्स को ध्वस्त करने, आतंकी घटनाओं को अंजाम देने वालों की पहचान करने और उनकी जांच करने में सक्षम होंगे। टेररिस्ट की सहायता करने और उनको फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट प्रदान करने वालों तथा उनको सह देने वालों के खिलाफ भी हम कड़े कदम उठाएंगे।
Rajnath Singh reiterated India's commitment of working for peace, whether be it in Fiji or Yemen, where India has been first in rendering humanitarian assistance. He also said that India is committed to playing a decisive role in Asia and that defense diplomacy and strengthening security forces are two sides of the same coin.
डिफेंस डिप्लोमेसी भारत की स्ट्रेटेजिक टूल किट का एक की पिलर है। वास्तव में डिफेंस डिप्लोमेसी और मजबूत सुरक्षा बलों को बनाए रखना एक ही सिक्के के दो पहलू हैं और ये एक दूसरे से कभी भी अलग नहीं हो सकते हैं। भारत ने अपने इतिहास में कभी भी एग्रेसर की भूमिका में नहीं रहा और न ही ऐसा कभी होगा, यह भी मैं विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं। लेकिन इसका मतलब यह नहीं है कि भारत अपनी रक्षा के लिए अपनी ताकत का इस्तेमाल ही नहीं करेगा।
And the Raksha Mantri further stated that India advocates an open and inclusive architecture for the Indo-Pacific region with ASEAN centrality, equal access to global commons, freedom of navigation in the seas and in the air, and unimpeded commerce, a rule-based order and dialogue as the key to resolving disputes.
इंडो पैसिफिक क्षेत्र में एक कॉमन रूल्स बेस्ड ऑर्डर बनाने की भी आवश्यकता है। यह व्यवस्था सभी देशों की सॉवरेंटी और टेरिटोरियल इंटीग्रिटी और समानता पर आधारित होनी चाहिए। ये रूल्स और नॉर्म्स एक ब्रॉड बेस्ड कंसेंसस पर होने चाहिए। हमें सभी देशों को सी और एयर के इक्वल एक्सेस के लिए बराबरी का हक देना चाहिए। भारत सदियों से मैरीटाइम क्रॉसरोड्स पर भी मौजूद रहा है।
And today is Teachers' Day, celebrated to mark the birth anniversary of former President and educationist and reformer Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. The President greeted teachers across the country on the occasion. In a message, President Kovind said that by celebrating Teachers' Day, people pay tribute to an illustrious statesman, a great scholar and one of the most distinguished personalities of the teaching fraternity. The President said his life and work will forever inspire teachers to discharge their duties with full devotion. He extended his best wishes to the entire teaching fraternity that has guided students to become the country's valuable human resource. And President Ramnath Kovind today gave away the National Teachers Awards to 46 teachers in New Delhi. The award is given to meritorious teachers who, through their commitment, have not only improved the quality of education but also enriched the lives of students. Speaking on the occasion, President Kovind said the foundation of character building is laid in schools. He said, for students, teachers are like parents. The President asked teachers to understand their fundamental responsibilities. He said that the main objective of education is to make the student a good human being, and teachers do so by instilling honesty, discipline and integrity in their students.
चरित्र निर्माण की मजबूत नींव स्कूलों और विद्यालयों में भी डाली जाती है। शिक्षक का मुख्य उद्देश्य है कि विद्यार्थी को एक अच्छा इंसान बनाना। अच्छे इंसान का निर्माण करने के लिए शिक्षकों द्वारा विद्यार्थियों में ईमानदारी, अनुशासन, प्रामाणिकता और सत्यनिष्ठा यानी ऑनेस्टी, डिसिप्लिन और इंटीग्रिटी का संचार करना होता है।
And President also said that in this globalized and highly competitive world, we have to establish a balance between artificial intelligence and human compassion and between digital learning and character building.
हमारे पास ज्ञान का एक विशाल भंडार उपलब्ध है जो आगे भी बढ़ता जाएगा। आज विश्व सूचना युग से ज्ञान युग यानी नॉलेज सोसाइटी में प्रवेश कर रहा है, लेकिन केवल ज्ञान पर ही आश्रित रहने से मानव समाज की सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित करना संभव नहीं होगा। ज्ञान के साथ साथ विवेक का होना भी अनिवार्य है। विवेक सम्मत ज्ञान ही मानवीय समस्याओं का समाधान कर सकता है। इसीलिए वैश्वीकरण और स्पर्धा के इस दौर में भी हमें आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और ह्यूमन कंपैशन का समन्वय करना होगा।
Vice President Venkaiah Naidu on Teachers' Day said that India is a country that has given a central place to teachers. He said that we call them gurus, the Sanskrit word that denotes the source of illumination.
We are the inheritors of the system of Gurukulas. In the olden days, all the schools were run by gurus in their respective ashramams, and we used to call them as Gurukula. A system in which the teachers and the students lived together and pursued studies in a caring environment. It was a system of education that was based on a constant dialogue between the teacher and the student. It was a system that promoted the concept of Vidya as a process of discovery, knowing something more. You all are blessed to have the unique opportunity to shape the destiny of our nation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a tweet said, Teachers' Day greetings to everyone. India pays tributes to Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, an exceptional teacher and mentor, on his Jayanti. Those are live visuals there we are getting you from Vladivostok, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is to leave in a short while from now for India. Earlier in the day, the Prime Minister held a meeting with meetings with a host of world leaders. He participated in the Eastern Economic Forum in the city of Vladivostok. Yesterday, the Prime Minister held bilateral talks with Russian Prime Minister also raised Prime Minister Modi thanked President Vladimir Putin for his support, explained the rationale behind India's recent economic visuals at Vladivostok, where the Prime Minister participated today in the Eastern Economic Forum, the 5th such forum that's being held